Well, this is your weekly reminder that we are now posting on Wednesdays, not Tuesdays anymore, still at 5 p.m. on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube for the full visuals. Go follow us on our Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook platforms at Nothing But Controversy. On Twitter, it's at NB Controversy. And let me just tell you, our Twitter's been booming lately.
Popping.
Absolutely. Next up, yeah,
Love to see it.
yeah, Shark Mifley. You know it is what it is. But
You know.
top prospect, but go to nothingbutcontroversy.com to read our newest blogs by Mr. Shaner and Cam. New one coming out soon from Mr. Shaner. He's getting on it. And if you want a link to all of our social media platforms, go to the link in our Instagram bio.
This is Nothing But Controversy. Four guys on a podcast and we're talking about sports. Four guys on a podcast and we're talking about sports. Nothing But Controversy with Matt, Dawson, Cam, and Shaner.
Well, what's up, guys, and welcome to episode 26 of the Nothing But Controversy podcast. And as you've seen, if you're looking at YouTube right now, we got 5 guys today, not 4. And we're going to welcome back for the second
first ever
time.
returning guest.
Yeah, returning
Let's
guest,
go, boys.
Mr. Liam Barkley. LBS, welcome back.
Thanks for having me, boys. It's a blast. It's always a good time with you guys, you know? Happy to be here.
Absolutely. We're going to have a great episode. And just to let you guys know, we are officially 93 days away from the start of the NFL regular season. We are now in double digits.
Double digits.
Boys,
Gee.
I am absolutely hyped. Before we get on to the schedule, I heard Shaner's got a little announcement here.
All right, yeah. Just want to make a little shout out to a nice little NBC fan out there.
Ooh.
I was just minding my own business the other day out on the town, and I see some guy named Connor comes up to me. Hey, are you Shane from Nothing But Controversy? Look at him, absolutely. Apparently he's a big Giants guy. Apparently, I don't know why, but it loves to hear what I have to say about the Giants. I don't know why. But hey, I just want to shout you out. Thank you for listening. We appreciate the support that you have for us, and we're happy that you keep loving the show, buddy.
I told you
Boys
guys
are
from the
famous,
beginning.
eh?
Shane is gonna be the one that gets famous off this. Shane is gonna get all the fucking girls. Shane's gonna get the fucking cult following. It's gonna be Shane, and we're witnessing it here.
We absolutely love to hear it, though. But let's get on with the episode, and let's get on with the schedule of segments for this episode. We're going to start off with This Week in Sports. Oh, my goodness, did a lot of stuff happen this week.
Don't say it yet. Don't say it.
Okay. Then we're going to go to our question of the week. Then we have a mystery segment. And then we have our bold prediction of the week. Then we go into NBC Trivia, hosted by yours truly. And then we're going to do top 5 NFL QBs you'd build your team around for the next 10 years, surely to be controversial.
Mm-hmm.
And then we end off, of course, with our lock of the week in terms of betting. So let's jump right into it with This Week in Sports. And, of course,
Go Habs, go,
first
baby.
thing we got to bring up
Shit.
are the freaking Montreal Canadiens. What an unbelievable series. Literally, a week ago yesterday, we were starting the series against Winnipeg after coming back from 3-1 against the Leafs. And here we are a week later, having absolutely murdered the hopes and dreams of the Winnipeg Jets fans and sweeping them handily. Before we get into the main talking point of this series, I'm just going to throw out some stats like I did last week. So the Habs now, they've won 7 games in a row and have not trailed for a second of that time.
That's
so
fucking crazy.
Since the start of Game 5, the Habs have not – Game 5 of the first series against the Leafs, they haven't trailed a single second. They're at over 400 minutes now. I think if they win Game 1 against Colorado or Vegas without trailing, they break the record completely. Their PK, so the penalty kill in this series, they went 8 for 8 with 3 shorthanded goals. So not only were they stopping goals, they were scoring them on the PK. This is Shea Weber's first time making it to the third round of the Stanley Cup playoffs in his 16-year career. So congratulations to our captain. The Habs are, if you guys didn't know this, they were the last team to make the quarterfinals, yet they are the first team to make the semifinals. Quick turnaround there. Funny stat, just for any Leafs fans watching. The Habs have now eliminated more teams in the past 8 days than Toronto has in the past 17 years. Like, it's kind of ridiculous that way.
Of that one.
Another cool stat. I saw the stat before the series even started, but now the last 6 teams that have swept a team in the first round and played against a team that went to Game 7 in the second round have now lost every single time. So they're 0-6. They've lost 6 in a row. And if Colorado loses to Vegas, that's going to make it 7-0. And it looks like Vegas might win that freaking series because they've dominated that series since Game 1. And those are my stats.
Let's just hope
They
that
lost
series
7-1
doesn't go to
game
7.
one. They lost 7-1.
They lost 7-1. I said since Game 1.
So okay, fair enough. I thought you said
Yeah.
okay. It sounded like game 1 was included there. That's
Yeah.
Oh, no. That's not what I meant. I meant like after Game 1,
Yeah.
like Vegas
I got
Vegas probably should have won Game 2 too, but they didn't. But anyways, I would love to see that series go to 7 games.
No, you don't, because then we're part of that curse now because we just swept.
It's true. It's true. You know. Anyways,
How's it
we're
gonna
going to talk about the main storyline that came out of the series, which came in Game 1 in the final minute. The Habs were up 4-3. Jake Evans skated down the ice with an empty net, wrapped around the puck, scored the goal in the empty net, and Mark Scheifele absolutely laid
his head
a
off.
booming hit on Jake Evans, straight to the head, knocked him straight out cold, and Mark Scheifele actually got suspended 4 games. So that includes next season's Game 1 for the
Okay,
Jets.
so I was going to ask if it
It's
does.
true. Man.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I don't know if you guys want to speak more about that, but I think I've talked enough right now. But
I mean, this is exciting news for us, you know, because we have the biggest Jake Evans fan in the world here in this group. And this actually leads to an undercard for the Shane versus Jake Paul fight. Cam is actually going to be fighting Mark Scheifele now in the undercard. We're super excited about that. Me and Matt still have to pick out our opponents, but we got another one down. But
Nah. I'll just be the announcer.
If Scheifele wants to smoke, he can have it too. I really don't care. But yo, that was terrible, man.
yeah, no. Fuck you,
Yeah,
Mark
you
Scheifele.
hate to see that.
Yeah,
I'm
like
good. Fuck him.
I think it was a fair punishment, but
Suspension, yeah.
so like we always talk about this, but I feel we might as well bring it up on the pod. Like a lot of people are like bringing up the idea of like someone getting suspended for a dirty hit for as long as the person they hit is out,
Yeah.
right? So like obviously like this happened in this case since Jake Evans never played another game in the series. But like if Jake Evans, let's say, was out for like, let's say this is in the middle of the regular season, let's say Jake Evans is out for like 10 games, people are saying like, okay, he should miss 10 games because he hit him. It was dirty. If it was deemed intentional, let's say, okay?
Yeah.
Which this 100% was.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know if you guys think that's a good idea or not, but I don't know. What's up?
I like it in the sense that, like, an eye for an eye, in a sense, like, if you're going to fucking take out my guy, like, you're going to be gone for that long too. But in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it's super realistic. It's hard to monitor too, because like a guy like Evans, like he's not going to get rushed back to the lineup like someone else. You know what I mean? So he could be out a month and a half when in reality he could probably be back in 2 weeks. But just because he's not the star, he's not getting rushed back. So it's kind of hard to manage that. But in the grand scheme of things, I don't mind it. I think I was the one who mentioned it in the chat initially too. So I like it.
I think in theory it's a good idea, but then like there's gonna be so many issues. Like Jake Evans has concussion, like history knows. So like why, like let's say he's out for a longer period of time now because it's his third. Like why should Scheifele like, you know, have to, like why should that affect him? You know,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then there's guys like, what if you take a guy out for the rest of his career? Like he can't play anymore. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
There's
think
definitely gonna be some situations like that
I
would
think
arise.
the NHL's trying to cut back on these like dirty hits, and they've been trying to do this for a while. I think it'll up the responsibility amongst the players. Like, it's hard to say that, like, because there are still guys like Tom Wilson and Ryan Reeves that are gonna, and Kadri apparently, who will keep doing the things that they do. But like Mark Scheifele might think twice about that if he has to sit for 30 games because of it.
Mhm.
At the same time, I do agree with you guys. Like, it's extremely hard to regulate as a rule.
I don't know, pretty much like LBS said, like concussions are kind of hard to gauge, even if it's your first one. Like there's no like set timetable. Like a broken bone, you could be like back in 6 weeks. A concussion, even if it's your first one, it could be like a 3-month long thing. So you're not really gonna suspend a guy for 3 months because he hit some guy. And I understand like the hit was intentional, like the play was dirty, but the way he hit him, his shoulder hit his chest first. So his head was not the point of contact. So they can't really say he went after his head and then give him a suspension for how long Jake Evans is out for, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think the actual hit was dirty. I mean, we went over this, but I really don't think the hit was extremely dirty. I think the play was like he knew what he was doing
Exactly.
when
Yeah,
he
like
was
the intention, I
when he
guess,
was
was
at
there.
center ice. So yeah, exactly. The intention was fully there. But yeah,
Which matters more at this point. Like,
100% it does. Like
Yeah.
I don't disagree with the suspension at all.
yeah.
And that's probably why he got 4 too.
Well, actually, I didn't write it down on my list because it literally just came out. Shane said it right before we got on the podcast, but the thing just popped up for me, so I might as well bring it up. But Nikola Jokic has secured his first ever NBA MVP award.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, just
shit.
today. Yeah. And one stat, I don't know exactly what the odds were, but he becomes the player with the worst odds at the start of the year for a future MVP ever to win the award. I forget what the odds were. I think it was like minus or plus 2,500 or 2,000 or 25,000, something like that. I think it was probably 25,000 or something like that. But yeah, it was kind of crazy like that.
Also, the lowest drafted player ever.
Shane!
Are we good?
Yeah, we're
was
good.
Shane? Who was it?
It was Shane.
He also became the lowest drafted player ever to win the MVP. He was the 41st pick. 41st. Yeah, 41st.
Yeah, there's no hundreds.
Yeah. I
Listen,
don't know
congrats to
about
him. I'll give it to him, man. The guy he was 100% the MVP for me. Had just the most consistent year. His team did the best out of all the other MVP candidates besides like Joel Embiid, but Joel Embiid kind of lost that race when he got hurt for like a month. So, I mean, you could argue with Steph, but Steph didn't even make the playoffs, so it's kind of hard to give it to a guy like that, But yeah, anyways, I have a couple other things to bring up. Sunday night, we watched the Habs win Game 3, and then we watched Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather in an exhibition boxing match. Never thought.
Remind me to never watch an exhibition boxing match ever again.
I can't believe those words just came out of my mouth. Like, I guess people expected Floyd to knock him out, shit like that. Like, it was just such a boring fight. But listen, I mean, I expected it because Floyd Mayweather's probably the most boring boxer of all time, but he's also the most technically brilliant boxer of all time. It was like, I mean, kudos. They made that money. One stat I saw, Floyd Mayweather made $100 million in 24 minutes. Michael Jordan made
I saw that too.
$90 million in 15 seasons playing basketball.
He made more in that fight than Michael Jordan made in 15 seasons playing basketball.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You know how much Floyd made just on the ads on his fucking pants?
30 million.
$30 million.
The money team, eh?
The money team. I saw a video too. I saw this TikTok. It was the morning after the fight. It was like 3 the money team SUVs parked outside of Chase Bank. Literally him just going and dropping off his fucking millions and millions and millions of dollars. That's fucking crazy. But if we didn't hate Jake Paul enough before this, Jake Paul saying that Logan Paul won?
Stupid.
I guess I get it. It's your brother. I get it. But
Dude.
there's no chance Logan won.
Logan Paul has like 7 inches on Mayweather, and he landed 1 jab. The entire fight.
7 punches.
1 jab. This is a jab.
It's not even
That's a jab. He landed 1.
You're saying he didn't land one punch per round?
No, he
Landed
landed.
less than that?
It was 7 or like 13
No,
punches.
he
I don't know.
landed
God.
27 of like
Okay.
140 something.
213 punches.
Still,
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he
There
went like
you go.
13%.
He ran-
It's
it was
insane.
Less than 10. It was
10% of his-
7%.
Yeah, I saw. Okay, I saw that.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, listen, kudos to Logan Paul for hanging in there. At that point, you know, like you got to
Yeah.
give it to him. I like Logan Paul better than I like Jake Paul. Fuck, Jake Paul's so fucking annoying, man.
Yeah. I also saw this like behind the scenes clip. It was the ref talking to Logan Paul. And he's like, after one of the rounds, he's like, if there was judges here, you would have got a whole bunch of points deducted. Stop hugging him. Like, that's all it was, all fight. And the judge, the ref even said it to him. But my God.
Yeah.
Thank God I streamed it. Well, I fell asleep, actually. I didn't watch the fight live. I watched the highlights. But
Literally, that fight is the reason I will never buy a pay-per-view in my life.
Yeah.
Dana White, if you're seeing this, I don't buy your pay-per-views. So come after me. Come
the
after
one time we correct me if I'm wrong, Cam, but when we watched the last McGregor fight at your
It was
house,
Cowboy. He fought Cowboy at my
Yeah.
house.
yeah, and that was like the one time I've been part of an environment where we paid for pay-per-view, and Connor knocked him out in
The first
40
minute.
was it 10 seconds?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, and the
But yeah.
undercard like was terrible.
Yeah,
That card was
brutal.
horrible, and we were like, "All right, let's pay for it. It's my birthday." And then, yeah, that was a big waste of money, big time. The worst birthday present ever. I don't even know who paid for it.
Okay. Before we talk about the UFC event this Saturday, I'm just going to bring up one other thing that starts this week. And I know you guys probably aren't going to be that interested, but Liam will be.
It's the Euro.
Euro 2020 starts.
Let's
I don't know why
go,
you're saying
boys.
that. It's actually so sick. Literally, it's so.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm so pumped. Anyways, the thing you got to say is pretty much all the stars in the world are displayed except for guys that are from like Brazil and Argentina. But like the best soccer comes from Europe. So it's going to be the best teams playing. And so I'm so excited. If you want to know what the group to watch is, it has to be Group F. Not just because I'm a Germany fan, but because it's the group of death. Germany is going to play France, Portugal, and Hungary. So one of the big dogs out of those three are gonna fall, and they're not gonna make it out of their group stage, which is crazy because literally France and Portugal played in the final in 2016.
16.
So that's nuts. If I had to put money on who's gonna win, it would be France. I think their team is arguably better than the team that won the World Cup in 2018. Like, it's ridiculous. Their midfield is absolutely disgusting. Their front attack, they're going to have Mbappe, Benzema, and Griezmann up front. Absolutely disgusting. They're going to have Pogba and N'Golo Kante in midfield. And N'Golo Kante is playing like the best midfielder in the world right now. He's 5'5".
You just named 5 players that I know. So like, I know they have to be fucking good.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, Mbappe's well on his way to becoming maybe the best in the world, but it's going to be crazy. It's going to be nuts. Portugal has a disgusting team too now. They have probably their team's better than the team they had in 2016 for sure. But yeah.
Is that young kid playing for Portugal? Felix or whatever?
Yeah, João Felix. He's going to be starting, I think.
Yeah.
He's going to play on top with Ronaldo.
Damn.
I mean, the future and the past, but like not really, I guess.
The present.
Yeah.
And I'm just excited to watch it, like an international soccer tournament again. You know, it feels like it's been forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm hyped.
I get that. Like I said, I'm not
Yeah.
like I won't watch like Premier League and shit like that, but
Mm.
like big tournaments like this, I can get behind. It's
Tune
cool.
in.
Yeah.
I forget who Italy plays. So it starts Friday, and Italy starts against Turkey. Okay, so that's just gonna be a good game, but Italy's gonna be good too, as much as it pains me to say. A team that went from not even qualifying for the World Cup in 2018 is now looking like one of the top 5 teams, probably maybe top 7. But never know. I hope Germany wins. That'd be nice. That'd be a great time. I mean, I saw them win the World Cup in 2014. It's probably the best soccer team I've ever seen play. Best soccer team I've ever seen put together. Not gonna get that again, but all the young stars are coming up, so we'll see for that team. But yeah, if you're listening to this and you want to talk more about your team, send me a text at mcampbell033. I'll try to give you a little scouting report on your team and see how I think they're gonna do. But we don't have time to predict the whole tournament right now. Anyways, So we were just talking about fighting and pay-per-views and whatnot, and there is a pay-per-view event this Saturday. And oh my goodness, is it a doozy if you're a UFC fan. UFC 263 happens this Saturday, and I wrote a whole bunch of stuff down about the matchups. Okay, I'm only going to go over the 3 fights that everyone's freaking out about, of course. So the first fight was supposed to happen on the last pay-per-view, but I forget what happened. But anyways, Nate Diaz, who's absolutely one of the stars of the UFC, at 22-12, will face the number 3 ranked welterweight in the world, Leon Edwards, who's at 18-3 with 1 no contest. Welterweight is the 170-pound division that has Kamaru Usman as the number 1 guy. So this is what I wrote down. Nate is one of the biggest stars in the UFC. He is must-watch TV when he fights. With that being said, though, he has not been this big of an underdog since he fought Conor. We all know what happened in that fight. Nate submitted Conor. So never know. Give him a chance, of course, because he's a dog, Nate Diaz. But he's an underdog, and rightfully so, because Leon Edwards is an absolute killer and is well on his way to getting that title shot. If he wins this fight, if it's not his next fight, it'll be the fight after his next. If he wins again, he'll be getting that shot against Kamaru Usman. So that's going to be a really great fight. I think Leon Edwards should finish him, but we'll definitely see. I mean, last fight, Leon Edwards poked Bilal Muhammad in the eye, and that freaking ended, and that's his no contest. So, yeah. There's 2 championship fights, which is always fun to watch. The number 1 ranked flyweight contender, Brandon Moreno, at 18-5-2 versus the champion Davison Figueiredo at 21-1. The flyweight's 125, and this should be the fight of the night, as it was literally the fight of the year last year, and this is the rematch. Both these guys fought on the same card 3 weeks before they fought in the championship. So like Davison Figueiredo's been champion now for a minute, but Brandon Moreno fought on the same card where Davison Figueiredo was defending his title, and then they decided to stay on Fight Island for 3 weeks. They decided not to go home, not to quarantine, just decided to stay and fight on the next pay-per-view event.
Damn.
And they had the best fight I've ever seen in my life, I think.
It was an absolute brawl. It was fucked. Dude, they were literally like this and fucking connecting. I can't believe no one went down.
Where's this card? Where's this taking place?
That's a great question. Houston?
Oh, really?
Maybe. I could be wrong. But maybe it's fake.
Last time they fought, both guys looked like they were about to get knocked out, like probably 3 times each, at least. Yeah. Brandon Moreno is really like, he's a street dog. Like he will take a beating like until you kill him down there. Because
it's in Arizona, the fight.
Oh, it's in Arizona. Okay, yeah, I knew that. Anyways, so usually draws don't happen in the UFC. The way they do it is they make it like odd number rounds, and they always have a winner of the round, right? But what happened in this fight is Figueiredo gave him a freaking shot to the nuts with his foot, and he went down, and the ref took away a point. But all those judges, 2 of the judges, still had Davison Figueiredo winning that round. So instead of it being 10-9, it just was 9-9.
Damn.
So that's why it was a draw, because then the judges would have had it 3-2 in rounds for Figueiredo, but in that case it became like 2-2 and 1.
Right. Yeah.
So then it was a majority draw because one guy had Figueiredo winning, so Figueiredo kept the belt.
I think it's safe to say no one's complaining that we're getting number 2.
I'm so excited. Figueiredo is one of my favorite fighters, to be honest. I love that guy. He's sick. He's a beast. But yeah, I think I mean I can't say I'm not going to see it go 5 rounds, but I hope Figueiredo finishes the job this time. I'd like to see it happen. I mean, I'm a big fan of knockouts. I want to see someone get fucking a shot, you know. But anyways, this brings it to the absolute main event.
Izzy, baby.
Yeah. So the number 3 ranked middleweight, Marvin Vettori, at 17-4-1 versus the champion Israel Adesanya at 20-1. His one loss not coming in the middleweight division, coming in the light heavyweight division in his last fight. Middleweight's 185 pounds for those who don't know. But a little bit of backstory. Israel and Marvin fought 3 years ago and went the distance. But it was a 3-round fight because Israel wasn't wasn't the champion yet. It went the distance, and which Adesanya won by decision on his way to claiming the middleweight crown. This time, I think that Adesanya is going to finish him. I'm not the big, like, I'm not super, like, intense in, like, how, like, fighters match up, like, stylistically. But a lot of people are saying that Marvin Vettori's, like, ground and pound type deal is not going to be good for Adesanya's, because Adesanya is probably maybe the best pure striker UFC's ever seen, because he was a kickboxer, so he's actually disgusting. But yeah, my prediction is Adesanya by KO. Don't think it gets past the third round this time. But yeah, one thing you should know: all championship fights are 5 rounds. I'm pretty sure, if nothing's changed, the Nate Diaz-Leon Edwards fight is going to be the first non-championship fight to be 5 rounds and not 3. And then the only other non-championship fights that are 5 rounds are the main events on, like, UFC Vegas, or, like, if it's UFC 264, you're going to have Conor McGregor as the main event. That's going to be 5 rounds.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, just a little extra thing. It's going to be an absolutely amazing card. All 5 fights on the main card are going to be fucking sick. Like, oh, I'm so excited.
You know what's an even better card? TikTokers versus YouTubers.
Oh, man. I didn't even look
Bryce
at that.
Hall versus Austin McBroom.
You got me
Who
fucked
Austin
up
McBroom
thinking
is.
of
I don't
watching
even
that
know who either one of those guys are.
I don't know who Austin McBroom is, but Bryce Hall's a fucking.
I don't
Just
even
imagine what a TikToker looks like, and it's Bryce Hall.
Yeah,
You know what? I'll fight Bryce Hall. That'll be my undercard. I'll have to drop some weight, but I will fight Bryce Hall.
All right.
I'm down.
All right. Sounds good. That's all I have to bring up.
I'm good.
Is that everything?
lot.
Is that everything that happened this week?
I just want to
Oh,
add
Julio.
one little thing. Julio did get traded.
Oh fuck yeah!
That's true.
I think it's a
Yeah.
Hey, me
Yeah,
and Cam are the ones who predicted him going to the Titans, eh?
I
So
don't think so. I don't think I predicted that, to be honest.
didn't you say you said you thought they were going to go to Titans? I was like, I think.
Maybe actually it's possible. I saw it like early on when he was like, I'm gonna get traded. So yeah, maybe it was the Titans. I don't know, but I think it's a great fit. Honestly, him and AJ Brown are gonna be fun to watch. Julio's also like underrated part of Julio's game. I know he hasn't been super healthy the last couple of years. He's a great run blocker, and when you have a guy like Derrick Henry running behind that, a good O-line too, like you need receivers who are gonna block. O-line gets first downs, receivers get touchdowns. One of my old coaches told me that. I always remember that. Julio's that guy, so.
Yeah.
With
So
AJ
that's
Brown
like-
too, like
Yeah.
that's nuts.
Too
I saw
big
this meme.
beefy guys.
Go ahead, Matt.
I saw. I mean, I was gonna say I saw this meme too. We're probably thinking about the same one, but it was like the caption was, "Oh my god." Yeah, you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Oh my God, this offense is gonna be so electric, and then it's like Mike Vrabel, and then it shows the Madden of halfback dive.
Yeah.
That's all he's gonna fucking do. Fucking kills me. Also, AJ Brown offered Julio his number, and Julio is not taking it.
I saw that.
Saw that.
So
Respect to the man. Oh, I love the fact that Julio's out of the NFC South now. Fuck.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
such a beauty. That's the only thing I hated about him was the fact that he was on the Falcons. I mean, he came out of Alabama. Fuck, he was an absolute dominant receiver. I think he's the best receiver out of this generation. It's hard to say.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, I can't wait to see him on the Titans. Sucks for you, Dawson, but
Yeah. I love Darius Leonard's reply though. I don't know if you guys saw. He just said like changes absolutely nothing for me. Good for the Titans. Like that's fucking that's
Good.
badass. Like
yeah, what do you want him to say? I'm fucking scared.
but some guys when someone gets added to the division, they're like, oh shit, whatever. Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Anything else? No? Move on?
Talk
Move
about
on,
my boy Nick Paul, the golden goal.
Oh,
Oh baby.
Oh, man.
I was just at work and Nick Paul scored and the whole bar just exploded with like the 4 people that were in the bar, but it's fine.
I was gonna say people watch that too.
Bro, I don't know why. I've always really liked Nick Paul, and I have no idea why. But him scoring that goal,
I like it.
that was solid. It was a little Ottawa connection there on that goal, and good for the Sens.
Yeah, I I watched about 17 minutes of that entire tournament, and it was all in the last 10 minutes of the third period and the 7-minute overtime. I was just watching Creed 2, and that finished.
Oh, great
and I was
movie.
so hyped because Creed 2 is one of the best sports movies of all time. I think it's better than the first one, but whatever. Anyways, I was all hyped, so I was like, you know what? What's on? Put it on, and I got hyped. Beauty goal.
Was. I just have one more thing to say. I know you guys aren't big junior hockey fans, but Taya Curry, the first ever girl drafted in the OHL.
I saw that.
That's crazy.
Damn.
Arnia Singh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
good
that's
for-
Virginia stomping ground.
good, yeah, good for her.
Yeah, no, that was cool news, and it was cool to see a bunch of the Team Canada women like shout her out. Yeah, it's cool for sure. Like, to start, gotta start somewhere. So
Yeah, listen, I really hope it's not for PR reasons, what everyone's saying, but I really hope they actually give her a shot and see what she can do. You know, like if she can't do it, she can't do it. But at least it wouldn't be like the type of deal where she just never even gets a shot. It was just to boost like PR and shit, which I would hate. Like, but you know, it's awesome to see. I didn't see any highlights. She's got to be nasty to be able to get picked like that. So that's cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll still throw her into the fucking boards though. If I get a chance.
She's a goalie.
The goalie.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. All right. So that's it for this week in sports. A lot of stuff happened. A lot of stuff's going to happen. We're excited. Let's move on to our question of the week. And this week, it's a little question came up with by Cam. My boy Cam here with the fresh cut, the fresh trim on the beard.
God, he's so handsome.
Yeah, he's looking pretty sweet.
Damn.
But he came up with this question. He said, who is an athlete that you were never able to see play, but you would have loved to watch? Okay. I'm going to go first. And this was obvious to me. Jerry Rice, the god of all receivers. I never really got to see him play. I think it would have been absolutely electric. He probably would have been my favorite player back then. I mean, he's the GOAT receiver, right? That's what everyone says. So when you're a receiver fan, I guess I wish I would have watched him play.
Yeah. So for me, we say on this podcast all the time, I wonder what like goes through the old people's heads when they say MJ is better than LeBron. So I would love to see a full Michael Jordan career. Like I'd love to be able to see that, not just the highlights and whatever, just be able to pop in and watch a game here and there, and see like I see LeBron now, just to see the comparison and, you know, make a good judgment for myself. So Michael Jordan, top 2 basketball player of all time. I don't think I can go wrong there.
Yeah, I have the same one as you, Dawson. And like, I just feel like I've been lucky enough. I've been to like 3 NBA games, and I got to see LeBron and Steph, both like crazy moments. And I feel like some of these generational players, like sometimes you don't realize how like crazy good they are until you're there in the building with them, and you're like, it's just like, so I feel like MJ just would be just insane to see, and for the same reasons as you, man. Like, that'd be awesome.
yeah, if I wasn't the source of this question, my answer would be solid. But I want to give the reason why I thought of this question is because of Deion Sanders.
Yeah, that was going to be my answer too.
I don't know. I just like I follow him on Twitter and I always see him, and I was just thinking like I really wish I saw this guy's whole career.
Yeah.
Like him, Bo Jackson, like just guys who did like sports changing shit, like life changing shit in sports.
Yeah.
But another guy I really would have liked to watch, I think, just because of the whole era that he played in, is Wayne Gretzky. Like I know it's kind of obvious, but I never once saw him play live. Like I don't know. I think we would be privileged to watch that.
Deion Sanders was mine, and I changed it right before this episode. I'm kicking it back kind of like pretty old school. I'm going Gordie Howe. Apparently, he was like the most perfect hockey player ever. Like the way he hit, the way he scored, and everything. So I just want to see what it's like to see like one perfect, like everything package into one hockey player, because I don't really think we have one now.
And not for nothing, I would have liked to see the NHL back when concussions weren't a thing.
Exactly.
When everyone was just fucking brutal. Like a nice Habs Bruins game would have been sick.
Bro,
back
like
at
they literally called him Mr. Hockey. Like, what is there not
Yeah,
to
it's
want to
wild.
see and watch him play?
Yeah.
Before we move on, we were talking about MJ and LeBron, and we forgot to bring it up, but LeBron lost his first ever round 1 playoff series this week against the Suns. Kudos to the Suns. He played absolutely electric. LeBron looked like he was out there alone. Didn't play his best series either.
No.
I'll give it to the Suns. They shut him down, but they also, I mean, the Lakers just fell apart with injuries, and they just didn't play well enough. And honestly, I think this. I'm cheering for the Suns now too. I mean, you guys know Devin Booker is my second favorite player in the NBA, and fuck, he's playing disgusting in the playoffs right now. So, but yeah.
And my finals prediction is still on the table.
Me too, buddy.
Mine's not.
But anyways, not for
Unfortunately.
nothing. Let's move on to our little mystery segment, okay? So, this morning or yesterday morning, yesterday morning I woke up to a little text from Shaner. He was texting our group chat at like 3 a.m. He was like, "I can't sleep, so here's some cool ideas."
Shane literally hit us with a "you up" text.
Yeah.
From like 2 till 5.
Oh, yeah.
Just like ideas after ideas. He's like, "Hey, Dawson, I'm gonna do this. Hey guys, what do you think about this? I'm thinking about doing this, guys."
By the way, still can't sleep, so we're gonna add this.
Sorry for texting you so much.
So you wanted to talk. I mean, since the Habs won, we figured we have to dedicate a segment to the Habs, and we decided to build our all-time Habs starting lineup that we've seen. So in our lifetime,
Like
so
no
we're not
Maurice
gonna-
Richard, no Jean.
Yeah, so we're not gonna throw on a guy like Maurice Richard because we don't know how he played. Like
Yeah.
obviously we knew he was disgusting, but so like in our lifetime would be like from like 2005 to now, like since we started watching hockey, let's say, So
This was easy for me.
yeah, I only had trouble picking my one
Between one winger.
Oh, Mia
Yeah.
wasn't that. Mia was one defenseman.
I like really have a lot of strings tied, like heartstrings tied to the Habs. Like I'm in love with a lot of players, so
Yeah.
this was very hard for me.
So how do you guys want to do this? You guys want to go through the
Let's
entire
go through
line?
position by position.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
I'm down to do
okay,
this.
I didn't tell you guys to put this, but I put a head coach.
Okay, well, I didn't.
I put Guy
Guy
Carbonneau.
Carbonneau,
Yeah.
absolutely.
The gold
Guy
gun.
Carbonneau, the GOAT.
Do you guys
Anyway.
remember when he had that tie that he wouldn't change? It
Yeah.
was like the lucky tie. He spilled like mustard on it, and there was like mustard on it and shit.
Oh my god, bro.
That's crazy. Anyways, we'll start with left wing.
My wingers, I didn't really specify left wing, right wing, but I just
Same,
put
I
two
took
wingers.
2 wingers. Yeah.
All right, I'll go
Left
first.
wing, Max Pacioretty. Best
So
goal
I
scorer
have-
I've seen on the Habs. I have to put him in.
Yeah. I have Galley.
Annual 30 goal scorer and
Yeah.
60-point scorer for the Habs. I mean, that's got to be in it for Habs. I mean, I've been alive for maybe 2 good Habs teams. This is a third one, I guess.
Yeah.
So, I think Max Pacioretty. He had one 40-goal year, when he went off, it was sick. No, he didn't have a 40-goal year. 39 goals. Yeah, whatever. But yeah.
Don't give him his credit. He doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, no. Pacioretty was my toss up on this. Him and I wanted to put Mike Camilleri. I don't know why.
Oh
but,
man.
yeah.
He's nasty.
But
Yeah.
But no, I have Gallagher on one of my wingers.
Okay.
Yeah, I was flip-flopping between Galley and Pacioretty as well. I just personally like Gallagher better. I never was a huge fan of Pacioretty, even though he might have been better. So I took Galley, man.
I'm kind of surprised. No, I hope someone else has him, but I have Alex Kovalev.
Wait till we get to the other wing spot. Wait till
Yeah, come
All
on.
right. I'm just saying, yeah.
Yeah.
I love Alex Kovalev. I really
Yeah.
loved him. So yeah.
I didn't really base this team off of talent. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, if you have like
Yeah.
Steve Bégin and Matthew
Okay, whoa.
Donneau in your lineup, like
I based it off like my favorite players. This one's kind of like he's talented. You all know who's coming on this list right now. My boy Jonathan Drouin. It's happening. Drouin is my left wing. I do not care what any of you have to say.
All right. At center, I have Phil Dano. No, I'm just
Oh,
fucking with
wow.
you. That's my boy,
I would have
though.
left.
this is one of two. I think it has
At
to be one of
center,
two.
I agree.
I have Saku Koivu.
I also have Saku Koivu, the
Always
man.
will be the Habs captain.
When I think of Habs captains, it's Saku Koivu. I know Shane probably doesn't have him, but
I know who Shane has.
yeah,
I know.
me too.
Everybody
Absolutely.
knows
I was
who
debating.
We all, yeah,
between
Mr.
him
Turtleneck
and
himself.
Thomas Plekanec, but
Yeah.
it has to go to Saku.
Tommy boy, baby. Thomas
Yeah.
Plekanec.
Tomash.
The man.
Tomash.
Liam, who did you have at center? Koivu?
I had Koivu as well, but it was definitely between Plekanec and Koivu.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, okay. At right wing, since he was a right wing, I had Alexei Kovalev.
I also have Alexei Kovalev.
I also have Alexei Kovalev.
I have my Camilleri here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of it as if I was making this team, and
Yeah.
Mike Camilleri with that one-timer left-handed
Yeah.
shot on the right side, to me, you got to have him there. So that's all it was for me.
Boys, like I said, this was based on a favorite. This was not based off talent. Andrew Shaw. My God. You got to get a little grit. You got to get a little grit on the team. Got to get a little grit.
Shane, my 5 will fucking sleep your 5.
That's fine. That is fine. My team will out-hit your 5.
Shit.
Dude, it's
Kovalev
not a
doesn't
team,
like
it's a
being
starting lineup. You could put Andrew Shaw as your.
They could be Andrew Shaw could be on your third line.
Kovalev can get absolutely railed by Andrew Shaw because he doesn't like being touched.
That's true.
Also dangle him though.
Fair enough.
Anyways,
Listen,
at left defenseman, if you guys have anyone but freaking Andrei Markov, I'll be pretty upset.
I have Andrei Markov.
I also have Andrei Markov.
I do not. I went with a guy who's. You know what? I was really, really gonna go with Hal Gill. So you guys are welcome for now.
Oh, man.
I love that. I loved him in Montreal, but I did go with Sheldon Souray. That guy had the biggest cannon of before Shea Weber existed, and other than Chara, Sheldon Souray had the biggest cannon for a shot I've ever seen in my life. Anyway, so yeah, he's my guy.
And Chris, he didn't have a fucking better shot than Shea Weber.
That's what I said. Other than Shea Weber and
Shea
Chara.
Weber didn't exist back then.
Pretty sure Sheldon Souray was at the All-Star thing and he clocked 100 plus.
For sure.
That guy could.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
I'm going with a guy who I'm surprised in his career was never the captain of the Habs. That's Josh Georges.
Yeah. Big honorable mention.
Beauty.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I really thought he was the next captain. When Gianta got it, I thought for sure it was Georges.
He should have.
This is where my list came to a striking halt. And it was between two guys at right defenseman. It was between Shea Weber and PK Subban. And I went with PK Subban. When he played and won the Norris in Montreal, he was unbelievable talent. I had to put him in there, even though Shea Weber's probably been the more he's definitely been the more consistent player. But when I don't know when he won, 2014, 2015, when he won the Norris. But anyways,
I forgot he won the Norris, to be honest.
that Norris, PK Subban, he'll be in my starting lineup for sure.
Yeah. Again, with my defenseman, I didn't take left-handed shot, right-handed shot into consideration, so I have Sheldon Souray.
I love it, Dawson.
Yeah.
See, if I didn't take it into consideration, I probably would have taken him too. Because for lefty, I was debating between Markov and him, but I just threw in Weber. I think he's been the Habs' best right D in God knows how long, So, and he's our captain, You can't hate the guy.
Just
quick-
well on his way though.
Just quickly, do you guys remember Sheldon Souray's penalty shot against the Leafs?
Absolutely.
Where he takes a fucking
Yes.
fake slapper
Just
and goes
walk.
backhand? Disgusting.
Iconic.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I went with PK too. Honestly, guy was electric. Hard for him not to be your favorite player on the Habs during that time. Especially when he scored that goal against Boston in the playoffs, coming out of the box.
Oh, yeah.
Streaks.
Box.
Oh my, that brings back very good memories. So yeah, I went with PK.
Yeah, I'm going to go PK too. Just players that we've seen in Montreal based off the prime of their career, how electric they were. I don't think we've seen in our lifetime someone more electric in their prime play for Montreal. Kovalev was kind of at the end of his prime. Camilleri wasn't really electric. He was just a good goal scorer. Kovalchuk, he was still electric, but he's 36. So, PK was right in the prime. Won that Norris, obviously, and we got to go with him.
That's why we're all excited for Cole Caulfield.
Yeah,
Man. The guy's electric.
That kid is fucking the definition of electric.
Yeah.
Do we
Anyway,
need to do goalie?
I'm definitely going to do it just because I need him to be mentioned in this freaking podcast because I think he's the greatest Canadiens goalie of all time. Carey Price.
Carey Price.
My favorite player of all time, obviously. It's not a bias. He's the best goalie we've seen. He's the best goalie of our generation. To me, it's when people are arguing guys like Ken Dryden or Jacques Plante are the best like Habs goalies because they have fucking however many cups. Like cups don't matter when you're talking about a comparison like this. When it comes to those guys, the only guy you could say that you could throw in cups as an argument for him would be Patrick Waugh because he low-key stole the 93 cup for the Habs. But other than that, I think Price has just been. I mean, he's playing in. I mean, they say as generations grow better, players get better, right? Talents get better. So he's playing in the hardest generation, and I mean, he's been the best goalie for it, and he's showing it right now.
He's proving that when he's playing at his best, he's the best goalie in the world. He still is.
I said this at the start of the podcast. You guys shook. Shane shook his head and said no. He said that Hellebuyck or Vasilevsky was, and I like Carey Price right now has the or before last night had the greatest playoff save percentage of all time, minimum 9 games. Now I think he's probably like third or something after yesterday. Yeah, it's nuts.
If I started a team today, would I take Hellebuyck? Probably, but right now is Carey Price playing like the best goalie in the world? Absolutely.
I went off the board here because I knew most answers would be Carey Price, and I still love Carey Price, and I think Carey Price is better than this guy. But there's, I think, one guy in Habs history who I cried. Like, I cried when this guy got traded or released. I'm pretty sure he was traded, though. Cristobal Ure.
I knew it was coming.
Yo, I was going to say.
I still have his little
McDonald's. You were going to say Yaroslav Halak, and I was going to be like,
no.
Okay.
I still have his little McDonald's hockey stick thing in my room. Like, I love that guy. So I figured he needed a little mention. Other than Carey Price. Carey Price is still my favorite goalie in Habs history, but I knew this guy wasn't going to get shouted out, and he deserved to. So,
shout out to Peter Budaj.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Another guy who came here way past his prime.
Yeah, I got Price also. I mean, it's not really a debate.
Yeah. All right. So let's go through our lineups, okay? So at head coach, I have Guy Carbonneau, left wing, Max Pacioretty, center, Saku Koivu, right wing, Alexei Kovalev, left D, Andrei Markov, right D, PK Subban, and goalie, Mr. Carey Price.
Yeah, so I have at my wingers, I have Brendan Gallagher and Alexei Kovalev at center, Mr. Saku Koivu, and then my 2 defensemen, again, not taking their shot into consideration, Markov and Sure, with Carey Price in nets.
Yeah, so I'm rolling with Gallagher, Koivu, Kovalev, Markov, Weber, and Price, you know.
At left wing, I got Kovalev. Center, I got Saku, bro. Like, honestly, enough has been said about him, but at right wing, I got Camilleri. At lefty, I have Sheldon Sure. Right D, PK. And in goal, Cristobal Ure. Shout out to Carey Price, though.
All right, I got Drouin at left wing, Mechanic at center, my boy Andrew Shaw at right wing.
Jesus Christ, Shane.
Josh Georges on left D, PK on right, and Price in net.
I love your list.
He doesn't even have Markov.
I didn't like Markov. I did not like Markov at all.
Okay.
But Josh Georges, I was the number 1 fan in Josh Georges' fan club.
He was a little much sometimes in the locker room. You'd see him getting, he'd be like, "Let's go, boys!" That killed me. I love that.
What was the series called when it went like behind the scenes with the Habs?
24 Slash.
Oh yeah, 24 Slash. That's it.
Yeah. Anyways, that's our all-time Habs lineup. Let's move on to a segment we do every week: our bold prediction of the week. So this week, my bold prediction goes back to the Habs, but listen, it literally could be a week from today, and we still won't know, or we still won't have started the series. But I guess this is a future prediction, but my bold prediction is that the Montreal Canadiens will win not only Game 1, but the first 2 games of their series they're going to go either to Vegas or Colorado and shock the world. Everyone's saying they can't win against a U.S. team. I want to see it happen. Games 1 and 2, go to the Habs. Don't know what happens after that.
Don't know what happens after that. My bold prediction of the week: the Golden Knights take the next 2 games. It's not super bold, but it's bold enough.
Oh,
the Golden Knights
well right now.
Don't forget who picked them to win the cup. I'm just going to leave that here.
So I'm going back to the Euro, and I'm predicting that Germany's going to beat France.
Go.
First game on Tuesday, I believe.
That is
Or no,
bull.
when is it?
Tuesday. It is
Tuesday? Yeah.
Tuesday at 3.
So for a week from now. Yeah.
Yeah. Week from today.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back
So-
to hockey. Not necessarily a betting line, but Cole Caulfield is gonna have his first multi-goal game in his playoff career in the next series.
like
I don't know who will be playing. We gotta stay tuned to see that. But I look, he's been shooting nonstop. One of them is bound to go in, and I feel like once one goes in, another one's coming. It might as well be the same night. So that's what I got.
All right, boys, listen up. Nathan McKinnon is scared of Philip Deneau. Max Pacioretty is scared of anything to do with Montreal since he got shipped out. Marc-Andre Fleury, you may win the Vezina, but you're not winning the Cup. For the first time in Carey Price's career, the Montreal Canadiens are going to the Stanley Cup Finals.
Let's fucking go.
Wow. I love it.
The boys
love
are
it.
buzzing.
Buzzing.
Every
Okay,
time.
as Habs fans, who would you guys rather play?
I was going to ask that. but
Yeah.
I would rather play Vegas.
I think the way Fleury's playing, I would rather play Grubauer and Nets.
I mean, we said that about Hellebuck, and we solved him quite a bit, right? I mean, he was the best goalie in round 1, statistically. And then we figured him out, so.
I just think, like, not that the Avalanche are boom or bust, but I feel like the Knights, like, Vegas is just, like, more consistent, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
both teams are super deep. I think the Avs play a little bit of a faster game, and I think they would
Yeah.
definitely try to do that against the Habs. I feel like the Habs have the pieces to slow that down, though. So, and like you said, Shane, I think Grubauer a little bit worse than Fleury right now. They're both fucking hot, though. So
Yeah, they're both playing really well.
Vegas
fucking hot.
Vegas likes to play like a style where they want to wear you down and like hit you a lot.
exactly.
And Montreal kind of plays the same style, so I think like both of them going at it would be like completely destroyed. Like whoever comes out of that series, I think would be completely drained.
I mean, I like to think the team that had a week off before has a better chance at not getting drained.
I know, but
This
if
is
you're
literally
getting
the first. This is like the first time. I'm pretty sure it's like the first time in like 3 months where the Habs have at least 3 days off.
yeah,
Like, how crazy is that?
that's what.
That's
But
wild.
if Vegas goes to 7 again, they're gonna be drained.
Oh yeah.
Which would be huge.
Every time before we move, every time I hear Shane say Nathan McKinnon, just makes me laugh. It just
Top
makes
5.
Nathan McKinnon at 5 kills me. That lives in my head, bro. I love that.
Oh, man.
It's so funny. But anyways, those are our bold predictions, and let's move on to my favorite segment.
It's slowly becoming everyone's favorite segment.
especially when I'm the host, as I should be. All things are well when Matthew is the host of NBC Trivia. All right. So, obviously, I don't know. Liam, have you ever played trivia with us? Did you play trivia with
I have
us?
not. I don't think
baby.
you guys were doing it at the time.
Oh, baby. All right. So, how it works.
Oh, I need a
What's
pen and paper, eh?
Yeah. Go grab it.
I have some right here. Hold
Yeah,
on.
you still hear me? You got those AirPods in, huh?
Dessert.
Yeah. So how it works is we have 3 questions for the NBA, 3 questions for the NHL, 3 questions for the NFL. And oh shit, I don't even have a fucking
Boys,
scoreboard.
your shit together.
Yeah, seriously. But anyways, this week I kind of have a flow going. Does that make sense? So for each for like NBA, for each league, I have similar questions. Okay? First question is going to be pretty much about being dust. Second question is about the Hall of Fame, and the third question is about being nasty. Okay?
Okay.
So, let me just write down. We got L, we got D, S, and C. Anyways, we're going to start with the NBA. Okay?
Yep.
Here we go. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
I'll give you like 8 to 10 seconds to write your answer down.
All right, let's fucking go.
Okay? Question number 1. What team holds the record for the worst NBA season of all time? You don't have to say the record. You don't have to say the year. Just say, give me the team.
I think I remember this.
Raise them up. Okay, hang on. Okay, so
Oh, LBS, that's a good guess.
Shane has the Philadelphia 76ers. LBS has the Charlotte Bobcats. Dawson has the New Jersey Nets. And Cam has the Minnesota Timberwolves. And the newbie is off to a hot start.
Yeah, that's
Let's
the Anthony
go,
Davis.
boys.
Anthony Davis lottery.
The Charlotte Bobcats at 7-59 hold the record for the worst season of all time.
Was it a shortened season?
I was gonna say they had the lockout, maybe.
Maybe
Was there
it
a
was
lockout
that.
that year?
But I think percentage-wise,
Yeah,
like,
no, it definitely is. It
it
definitely
has
is.
to be.
That's
Because
fucking
they
terrible.
lost the Anthony Davis lottery.
That is awful.
Yeah. All right. So right away, LBS jumps out to a hot 1-0 lead. Question number 2, this one being about the Hall of Fame. Which NCAA college has produced the most basketball Hall of Famers? You don't have to say the number, just give me the college. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Raise them up. All right. So he'll hold them up. Hold them up. Shane has Michigan. LBS has North Carolina, and so does Dawson. And Cam has Duke. The correct answer is UCLA.
Wow.
Wow,
7.
that's sick.
Yeah, Kareem went there. I forget who else went there, but
John
whatever.
Wooden.
Russ will probably be
They'll
another
have
one.
8 soon.
Yeah, Russ will be there. But anyways, next question. This one is about being good, as I said. Which team has the highest win-to-loss ratio in NBA history? And I want the exact ratio. No, I'm just joking. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Raise them. So Dawson and Shane have the Spurs. Liam and
Good
Cam
one.
have the
a good one.
Celtics. Yeah. The correct answer is the San Antonio
Let's
go.
Spurs
Let's
with
go,
a
baby.
That
.615
was smart.
percentage. So after round 1, the NBA round, the score is 1 for everyone but Cam.
Gang.
Simple enough.
That's one way to put it.
All right. Next, we're going to head to the NHL. All right?
Yeah.
These ones are a little tough. So, first question about being dust. It's kind of a similar question. What NHL team holds the record for the worst season of all time? 5,
Damn, you
4,
gotta know this, man.
3,
I can't even.
1. Try to raise them.
Was it Detroit? Wow, that's what I was thinking.
So everyone has Detroit except for Cam, who has Columbus. The correct answer is the
Brutal.
Washington Capitals.
Oh, shit.
Whoa.
8,
Oh my
really
God.
throwing
7,
it
and
back.
5.
That is a bad season.
That is
How the fuck are we
bad-
supposed to know that, Matthew?
That is a bad
Yeah.
season.
Throwing it back.
That is a bad season. I was just trying to make the questions similar, you know.
Yeah.
So there we go. No one got that one right, so it's all tied at 1 still. Question number 2. I couldn't really say like what college produced the most Hall of Famers, so no chance we'd know that. But besides Canada, what country has produced the most Hall of Famers? Hockey Hall of Famers.
See, there is an obvious answer,
Yeah.
but I feel like
Really
it's not
second
that.
guessing myself right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
All right, I'm.
And let me
Let's do
tell
that.
you, the gap between 1 and 2 is massive.
Yeah.
It's
no.
like 80-14. Like, it's
Going out on a limb on this one, man.
Yeah.
I'm taking a
5,
shot in the dark.
4, 3,
Me too.
2, 1. Raise them.
See, I thought Russia for sure.
Wow. So Liam had Finland, Shane had Russia, Cam and Dawson had the USA.
I thought
US
Russia
was the-
for sure, but it
US
seemed
was
like
US was my for sure.
The correct answer is USA.
On
let's
the board.
go.
Russia was 3. I think Sweden was 4. I don't even think Finland was top 4.
I was
But-
just trying to think of some sick players back in the day.
All right. Next question. So now Dawson has taken a lead here. Right now. Who has the highest all-time win-loss ratio percentage in NHL history?
Oh,
Again, there might be an obvious answer.
Five, four,
Wait. Whoa.
Oh,
3,
shit.
2, 1. Raise them. All right. So every one of you had Montreal. Not going to lie, when I searched it up, I thought it was Montreal too.
Watch it do that.
The correct answer is the Vegas
Oh, that makes so
Golden
much
Knights
sense. That makes
Dude.
so much sense.
At .636.
Fuck. That makes so
Montreal
much sense.
is not a close second at like .536
Yeah.
or something like that.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Anyways, I was shocked. I just wanted to see if one of you guys were gonna get that because I like that answer. to be
Yeah, no,
honest.
I'm not
Yeah,
like
that's
shocked
Vegas
per
is
se, but
No.
I'm pissed that I didn't think about
Yeah,
it.
exactly. That was
Yeah.
literally what I was thinking.
I was pissed about the Spurs one, and like this didn't even cross my mind. Fuck.
Okay. All right. We're moving on. And now the score is 2-1 for Dawson against everyone at this point. Okay? In the NFL, question number 1. There has been 5 winless teams in NFL history. Which team was the most recent to go winless? I want the year.
What?
Really?
Yes.
No,
I don't know that.
I don't know the year. Definitely not.
Got it.
But I feel like it's too obvious without it.
I got it.
Okay.
Let's go.
Fine, no year.
Oh.
No, do the like.
5,
The year I'm putting is a complete guess, but
4, 3,
It's within like a 3-year
1.
window.
go.
Oh wow, I
that?
fucked up.
So Dawson and Cam have Detroit, and Shane and Liam have the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, Cleveland did go 0-16.
Did they?
The year before they got
I think
Baker,
so.
yeah.
Oh, Shane was wrong though.
17. Oh.
Correct answer was the 2017 Browns, but I give Shane the right
Yeah,
answer.
he was the only one that had that.
Oh, cut.
I had Browns.
Yeah, I gave Liam the point too. So now it's 2-2. So now everyone has 2 except for Cam, who has 1. Into the second
bullshit.
question: which college has produced the most Hall of Famers?
Okay, wait, I'm really trying to.
Football.
I'm trying to pull up notes.
This could also be UCLA.
How do I fucking do this? I'm not cheating, just so you guys know. I'm trying to pull up a new note. Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, I'll give you another 10 seconds there, Dawson.
Thank you.
Do you remember the question? Anyways, give me like a 5, 4, 3, 2,
I have no
1.
Like zero idea.
So Dawson and Shane have Notre Dame. Cam has USC, and LBS. I forgot who you had.
Michigan.
Michigan.
I want to go Texas too, but I don't know.
Correct answer is Notre Dame.
Shane.
Nice.
Answer, boys.
Me and
Yeah.
Shane are going head to head, baby.
So now it's what? So now Shane and Dawson each have 3.
Yeah,
Liam has 2. Cam has
Mhm.
1. So Cam has been mathematically eliminated.
thank
But can
God.
still play. Who has the highest win-loss ratio in NFL history?
There's no new expansion teams except the Texans, and they suck. So it's not them.
Hmm.
5,
I'm just thinking of teams that
4.
have never sucked.
3, 2, 1. Raise them up.
The Pats were so bad before
So
before Brady.
That's true.
Shane and Liam have the Pats. Dawson and Cam have the Green Bay Packers. And I am proud to say that we have a champion. And that champion is Mr. Dawson Spooner.
Nice.
The Green Bay Packers with a 5.71
571.
percentage. Shaner with yet another heartbreaking defeat in NBC trivia. Do you guys want to hear my tiebreaker question?
Yeah, sure.
Who had
Shane, wait, before you do that, Shane, I'd like you to lift your head for a second. My friend, as always, it was an absolute pleasure going to war with you. I expected it no other way to come down to you and I. I'm very happy it came down like this, and I'm even happier that I won. So
You know what, Liam? Good showing. Good showing.
Absolutely.
Congratulations, my
Absolutely.
friend.
I tried.
Hey,
Yeah.
me and LBS finished one short of Shane's point total. So you know what? There's nothing to be ashamed of here.
Nothing.
Thanks. Those are some pretty
Small
hard questions
W's.
too.
hmm
All right. Tiebreaker question. First one to say it, I'll give you a little congratulations.
We look yes.
Who has the lowest NFL win-loss percentage of all time?
Detroit Lions.
No.
I want to say the Pats.
No.
Texans,
No.
Jags,
No.
Oh, that's a great guess. No?
Browns?
No. I was surprised by this too, actually.
the Giants,
The Vikings.
The Jets.
No.
No way.
Bills? No, the Bills were really good in the 90s.
the Dolphins,
No. I'm gonna give you each one more guess.
Chargers.
No.
Fuck.
Buccaneers.
Wow.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah, they have the worst win-loss percentage, and they have 2 Super Bowls now.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
They did suck for a long time, though.
They did. They did. They absolutely did. But yeah, everyone's favorite segment, and that's top 5. All right.
I'm not even rolling the intro. That's our transition.
All right, there we go. This week we decided to do, I decided to do
Okay.
top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL you would build your team around for the next 10 years. Before I go through my list, this may come as a shock to you, but I left 2 big names off my list. Like big names. Like one I'm kind of surprised myself that I left on. And it's purely for controversial reasons. Just to get some juice going. First guy I left off, which I think a lot of you guys left off too, was Deshaun Watson. Just because of all the speculations going around.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to put
Can't
a guy
throw
on
a
a
football from jail.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't really put a guy on a list that literally could be in jail in a year from now, you know. And if those freaking allegations are true, he's gone for life. And you know, I mean, rightfully so, but he's not gonna be on my list. Very controversial, but honorable mention to Lamar Jackson. Okay. Lamar Jackson, I've said it on this podcast before, is the most electric player in the NFL when playing at his best. But all quarterbacks are prone to injury, are like susceptible to injury. Lamar Jackson's playing style is far more dangerous than other quarterbacks. Okay. I have yet to see Lamar Jackson do much in the playoffs. He had one good game last year. Otherwise, he has not been great. Number 5, shocker. Hasn't thrown a football in the NFL. Trevor Lawrence. Perfect quarterback prospect. Perfect quarterback build. All he has done in his lifetime is win. He's lost 2 games since high school. College, he lost twice. One was in the national championship game. The other was in the semifinal. Okay? Absolute star. Guaranteed success in the NFL.
No such thing.
Okay?
No such thing.
I think so.
Agreed.
Number 4,
No such thing.
your boy Cam. Kyler Murray. An absolute star. Is going to be an MVP one day. He was my dark horse for the MVP this year. Anyways, number 3.
How are you going to not include Lamar but include Kyler?
But Kyler Murray's a far better passer of the ball than
Sure,
Lamar.
but he might be a far better passer, but I would say he's just as susceptible as Lamar to an injury.
Okay, well then I'd rather have Kyler Murray than
I wouldn't say
Lamar Jackson.
just as susceptible, but highly susceptible.
Yeah.
He doesn't
sure.
run as often as Lamar, but when he does run, he runs like a retard. Like, to be fair.
Number 3, Justin Herbert. Much like Trevor Lawrence, a perfect quarterback build. An unbelievable throwing talent, and he's pretty athletic. I loved watching him play. He's going to be a star. He's going to be a future MVP. He's going to be a future Super Bowl champion. Number 2, Josh Allen. Top 5 favorite players in the NFL right now. He's right in there. He's once again, perfect quarterback build. They got a star down there in Buffalo. He's their guy for the next 15 years. At number 1, 100% Patrick Mahomes, obviously. No, don't really need to say anything about that. His ceiling is the GOAT. So when you have a guy like that, you kind of have to put him at number 1.
Honorable mention to Kyler Murray, and as much as I hate him, honorable mention to Baker Mayfield. He's going to be a good quarterback. But at 5, Lamar Jackson, an NFL MVP. If I'm given the chance to build my team around a young NFL MVP at quarterback, I'm going to take it. Number 4, like Matthew, never played a snap in the NFL. Also, before I do this, quick honorable mention to Joe Burrow too. But number 4, Trevor Lawrence. He is, I won't go ahead and say guaranteed success because there's absolutely no such thing, especially when you play in Jacksonville. But good on you. You are, like Matt said, you do nothing but win. I have very high expectations, very high hopes. Number 3, Justin Herbert. Not much to say. He's going to be an absolute stud in this league. And then the top 2, I would assume, are the same on all our lists. Maybe not Shane, just because I didn't think so. Number
Shane
2 is
Justin Herbert at number 2.
Yeah. So Shane, number 2, not Shane, Josh Allen.
I am. I'm definitely the number 2.
And then if we're talking about kicking prospect, Shane, you're right up there.
Respect.
And then number 1, Patty Mahomes. Pretty obvious.
Yeah, so my list is looking pretty similar, but I have Kyler on it at 5 instead of Lamar. For the same reasons as Matt, I kind of like Kyler better, and he was my fantasy guy at my fantasy queue this year, so got to show him some love. Number 4, had to go with Trevor Lawrence. I felt like I was talking about this when I came on last time. Just he's the closest thing as the best prospect ever as you can get. So he's there at 4, Herbert at 3, Josh Allen at 2, and Patty Mahomes at 1. I think that one's gonna just a lock, Those are the guys.
Yeah, mine's not super different. I have Lamar at 5 also. Like you said, Dawson, NFL MVP. Like, I don't know. He's definitely a guy who's easy to build a team around. So, to me, yeah, he's definitely got to be on this list. At 4, I have Kyler Murray. Like we said, a little bit more susceptible to injury than some other guys, but as far as being a dual threat, he's top 3 right now. I don't think there's really much of an argument there. At 3, I have Herbert as well. That guy really lit it up, man. And I wouldn't say I was a Herbert hater, but I wasn't a Herbert believer. And like as soon as I watched the first half of the game that he started, I was a believer. Yeah, and then at 2, Josh Allen, and 1, Patty Mahomes. They're gonna be 1 and 2 for a while, I think. So,
not according to Shane.
Well, I mean, if Herbert's there at 2, then that's fine. Like, I won't. I'm not opposed.
I also
at 5.
What? At 5, I have Nathan McKinnon.
Patrick Mahomes.
Nathan McKinnon.
Tom Brady.
I also don't have. At this point, I think he's gonna play another 10 years for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
But I don't have Lamar either on my list. I changed my list about 10 times. But at 5, I have Kyler. Just one of the best dual threat quarterbacks. I don't know. I like him more than Lamar. I thought his arm's obviously better. And Lamar just apparently can't win big games as of right now, so I'm out on that one. At 4, the man we were just talking about, my boy, Justin Herbert, sitting at 4. He is not at 2. At 3, I have Josh Allen. At 2.
Not Daniel Jones. Please, not Daniel Jones. Not Daniel Jones.
No.
Relax. Jeez,
Carson Wentz.
Come on. At 2, I do not care. If the football season started tomorrow, he is allowed to be on the field. Deshaun Watson.
I was gonna put him at 2 as well, but
is my number 2.
I'm
not going to touch on the off the field, but if the season were to start tomorrow, he is not on the exempt list and he is not suspended. He is allowed to play football. So he is my number 2 quarterback.
He doesn't have a team to play for, but
Well, he does. He's still under contract, and he could show up if he wanted to.
right, but he doesn't.
Which he doesn't, but yeah.
That's fine. Number 1, Patty Mahomes.
Okay.
I did not put Trevor Lawrence on this list just because I haven't seen him throw a ball in the NFL yet.
Fair enough.
which is fair.
I thought for sure I was going to get a huge lashback for leaving Lamar Jackson off, and then two of the guys.
I thought you were gonna put Tua, to be honest.
No.
When you said you were gonna be controversial, I thought Tua was gonna be there.
Yeah, you weren't that controversial.
I thought it was going to be a shock to you guys, honestly. And you guys
Look,
all
if
had Trevor
to
Lawrence.
me, if you're leaving off an MVP that's this young, it's kind of shocking to me. But
I guess, yeah.
there's a lot of good young quarterbacks in the NFL.
If Deshaun Watson was on my list, Lamar's easily out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Between like
Mhm.
Lamar, Joe Burrow, Tua, those guys, I don't know. I'm definitely taking Lamar.
Honestly, for me, like Kyler Murray and Trevor Lawrence, almost like a 4A, 4B for me in terms of this list. So I just put Kyler because he's proven. But yeah. Anyways, that was top 5. Now we're going to move on to our last segment we end every week with, and that's our lock of the week in terms of betting. So, for all the hockey fans out there, there is an absolutely electric series going on down in Boston and New York between the Bruins and the Islanders. We're filming on Tuesday. We are releasing this episode on Wednesday when Game 6 will be played in New York, I believe.
Mhm.
And my lock of the week is that Boston is going to go into New York and force a Game 7.
Okay. The Jays are starting a series with the White Sox tonight. White Sox are a good team, but I have them winning tomorrow against the White Sox on Wednesday.
Like it. Similarly to Matt, my lock of the week is the Islanders actually will close out the Bruins Game 6 in New York. They're coming off 2 dubs here in a row, and they're buzzing. So let's see what happens.
The boys are buzzing.
Lock fight on the pod. I love it.
A lock fight.
We were
One of us is losing money.
pick your fighter right now, guys. Pick your fucking fighter. But no, we were talking about the UFC a little bit before. As much as I loved watching Figueiredo Moreno 1, Davison Figueiredo ML easy to me. You want to make a little extra money, you bet KO or TKO, but I don't see any way Davison Figueiredo doesn't win this fight. So go ahead and hammer the ML on him.
Let's go.
All right. We're still 2 hours away from puck drop in the Vegas and Colorado game tonight. But I'm going to say this game goes to 7. So whoever loses tonight is going to win Game 6.
Okay. All right.
And just like that.
And just like that, we are finished
Wow.
with episode 26 of the Nothing But Controversy podcast. If you've made it this far, just a reminder, go follow us on all of our social media platforms. If you want a link to all of those, just go to our Instagram, click the link in the bio. You're going to have all the little selections there for all of our social media platforms. Go to NB Controversy on Twitter. We got some great quality content lately coming out of there. Some pretty joke stuff. So you might want to go check it out. And hey, once again, if you made it this far, swipe up, give us a little like, maybe a subscribe. And now this week, Shane and Liam are going to give you a kiss.
Oh, Shane, bring it in.
Give him a kissy.
Mwah.
Kind of want to see
Nah,
Liam.
boys.
It was
Nah, boys.